So last night I had the chance to see Santosh, which is a film from the UK that made a splash at the Cannes Film Festival earlier this year, and it was actually selected by the UK to be their submission for the Academy Awards next year. It's the feature debut for writer-director Sandhya Suri, and it stars Shahana Goswami as a woman who recently lost her husband, so she ends up taking part in a program that allows her to basically inherit his job, which was a police constable. So she goes to train with them and work with the police. And around that time, there is a dead body of a young woman that shows up, and she becomes part of the task force that is assigned to investigate. So, with that setup, you might expect this to be some sort of high stakes thriller, but that's actually not the case. It's a much more patient film, a more observant film. It's more concerned with the ideas of exploring power, privilege, and their relationship to the community. It's actually very nuanced in the ways it explores how you can have intersections of different marginalization and the way they can create these sort of tiers of privilege. So, our main character is a woman who obviously doesn't get taken seriously by her peers, but because she is in the police, she has this level of authority and power that does put her on a pedestal that naturally has a lower group of people that the society at large deems to be beneath them. And this is despite the fact that she goes into this actually wanting to do the right thing, even though this is not a line of work that she has a ton of experience with. She goes into it with a genuine level of concern and desire to help the people around her. But because of that power that is granted to her and that privilege that is given to her, you can see how it kind of shapes her into this type of person that, you know, allows her to be another cog in the machine, so to speak. I don't want to give too much away, but I think the arc that her character goes through is really compelling. I think the film overall is very, very strong. I can definitely see why they chose this to be the submission for the Oscars next year. The actors are great across the board. There's a great sense of place, and I think Suri does an incredible job with the direction. There's some really striking and evocative shots and sequences, and I definitely think the film is worth your time. It's being released by Metrograph Pictures, which is a smaller distributor, so the odds of it playing in a theater near you when it does come out, I think it comes out on December 27th, are pretty slim unless you're in a major metropolitan area. So if you do get around to seeing it, whether it is in theaters or on one of the streamers, let me know what you think.